get a few things in order. Wanted to start more seeds today. We have from the 35 variety. These were some of the ones that we wanted to start. And most of my audience, you guys are also already grow your own food. So I'll be curious to know how you guys typically start your lettuce seeds. And I actually need to go grab some things. So while I'm waiting for people to join, I'm going to go grab those. Oops. Hang on a second. I'll be back in 5. Hi, good day. I gotta go grab some seeds I just formed right over there. I'm gonna go grab them. Okay, pre-soaked. Here's some of the pre-soaked seeds. Got them here, we can plant them. Good day. I am going to be grabbing more of the seeds that I've actually sprouted to show you guys as well. Hang on a second. All right, we got both my Swiss chard. Hello, good day. I got my Swiss chard to show off here. Maybe I should go ahead and uppot these soon. And then here are the broccolis. I am winter gardening in zone 8A. Let's see. So we got Swiss chard. What do you think? Should I uppot it soon? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I got a few plants in here. I'm not gonna probably do it today. I'll probably do it on a cooler day. It's supposed to get up to 78 today. And anytime we want to transplant or move plants, the ideal temps is overcast and cooler temps. So that's good. We got carrots that I started, or I mean, I was looking for my permanent marker and I didn't find it. I'll have to remember what those are. Welcome everybody. What area are you guys in? Let me know. We are starting seeds in preparation for my spring garden. If you guys here are for the we'll show the kitchen scraps. Is anybody interested in that, seeing the kitchen scraps? Here is how my lettuce. Hi Nathan, Florida. Okay, well welcome, exciting. Hi, feeling awesome. Backwoods of Colorado. Ooh. Thank you, Wolves. Thank you for saying hi. I'm in North Texas. It's been unseasonably warm everywhere, right? Florida, has it been feeling really hot, Nathan? So I was gonna show you guys the lettuce kitchen scraps that we got. So they're still alive. I don't know if they have roots yet, but at least they're looking alive and healthy and better than they probably would in the fridge. I'm continuing to keep it out of the sun, so I will probably keep it out of the sun for at least 7 days. And then if I do want to transplant out in the garden, I'll probably pick an overcast day with cooler temps for me to try to get them to actually grow me new vegetable leaves. Hello Jason, welcome. Hi Rebecca. Hi Jonathan, good to see you guys. Linda, hello, welcome. Sketchy, welcome. Coastal California organic grow. Very cool. I know the unseasonably warm weather is just weird, right? It's December. My oregano's still alive. Usually it's died by this time, so that is unique. Hot and rainy. Oh, 2 to 3 times this November. Okay. Yeah, I would say we've had a few more cold snaps, maybe more like 8 in my zone, but it has been unseasonably warm. So here we are. Well, welcome, Sketchy. I am just an urban gardener. I grow out my front lawn, hence the username Front Garden Home. And we like to grow from kitchen scraps because it's the most exciting way to get people started growing. When you tell them you don't have to go to a garden center, that's super exciting. At least I found it was. Are you going to grow a lot of lettuce from this? Probably not. It just takes a while for it to grow roots and whatnot, but it is super exciting. I'm also trying to grow the carrot tops, which I have done before, and I've actually gotten seeds from the carrot tops before. I just never remembered to save them. but yes, you can actually grow carrot tops, and the carrot tops will give you seed, even though you don't have a whole carrot to grow from. Linda, thank you. Aren't they, Rebecca? My kitchen scraps. Rebecca, do you do kitchen scraps, by the way? Oh, Rebecca, you also have chickens. So maybe, yeah, when I get chickens, more of this will go to them, but I still love doing kitchen scrap stuff. I was going to talk here today about growing lettuce. So if you guys have any... Nathan, okay, so since March is when I officially started counting, because March was when I actually had stuff I was harvesting out of the garden. So I probably won't reset my account until March again of this year. But I did onions and garlic, and that produces like a good amount. I think I'm at like close to 600 so far. I haven't done a harvest recently, which is why I haven't done a post, but generally I'm doing, when I'm growing a lot of stuff, once a week I'm doing an update and weighing stuff and then giving you guys an update. I think about the last post I did, which was 2 weeks ago, was at close to 600. But yeah, thank you, Linda. Sketchy, you're saying it's December and it's still 50 degrees at night. Normally it's you right? All my seeds are literally growing sideways in different colors because of... Sketchy, are you doing winter gardening like I am, or are you doing indoor gardening? I mean, it sounds like you're doing winter gardening or winter sowing. Winter gardening? So I finally learned the difference. Winter seed starting is when you, I guess, I don't know, I'm calling it winter seed starting. It's when I start seeds outside, but I am on cold nights protecting it. So I am providing some sort of protection. Whereas winter sowing, I understand, is completely passive. You use a greenhouse-like effect to grow your seedlings. And a lot of them, I understand, are mostly flowers that have to go through a stratification process. Mostly your wildflowers, right? Those are the poppies. Those are the ones that need that cold period. They need to feel that sense of being cold before they then sprout in the spring. You can mimic artificially recreate that with your fridge, right? But for those that want to go ahead and get their seeds out, are itching to grow, winter sowing is an exciting idea. You just got to have the space for it, or the containers for it, the greenhouse containers. Hello, Anthony. So, I mean, I save these for watering, but yeah, I could potentially also use it for a greenhouse too, for winter sowing. But yeah, if you guys have done winter sowing, let me know. Hi, Rebecca. We are growies. Rebecca, I love how you adopted the term that, I forgot who mentioned it last time. Maybe, hi, Dawn. Good to see you. Happy New Year, Dawn. It's been a while. What were you guys saying? Ah, Rebecca, yes. So that's why, Rebecca, you're saying you trench grass before the heat usually causes to rot. Yes, I often find that case too. But since it's winter gardening and it's been unseasonably warm, this might be the great time to try to grow some scraps. Lillian, hello. Hi, Lillian. Well, I hope you learned something. Thank you for subscribing. Rebecca, thank you for helping moderate. I appreciate it. Hi, Anthony. Change your name to the Mighty Green. Well, I also do grow out my front lawn, hence the name Front Garden Home, so it does make sense. Say hi to me, Ellie. Hi, Ellie. Well, I hope you learned something new. We are growing our own food here. Here are some broccoli. Dawn, good to see you. These are some of the broccolis that we started on 12/31 on New Year's Eve. We started broccoli. They've sprouted. Again, remember, it's been unseasonably warm in Texas, and I do winter seed starting outside. So it's kind of like, it's like a blend between winter sowing and seed starting. I definitely don't start indoors. I'm relying on nature to sprout these, and thankfully it's been beautifully warm, 50 to 70s, which is ideal for sprouting our cool season crops. So that's why these are looking so good. The ladybugs are out. What ladybugs? Ladybugs in your garden? Oh, in your garden, Jonathan? That is, wow. Okay, that's like really early, right? Again, I think it's been unseasonably warm. So yeah, that makes sense. Sketchy, you're saying I'm doing an outdoor greenhouse, no till harvesting. Love it. Low to no watering and medium to no. I love it. On 15 acres. Storms took down. Oh, I'm sorry. Sketchy, is it unheated greenhouses? How cool. What zone are you in though? Don, I'm sure you've been busy with your farm. My kitchen plants are covered in ladybugs. Oh, really? That's interesting. The temp is, yeah. Yeah, so these are the broccolis. It's been unseasoned, so these are growing well. I also got some Swiss chard here that's growing. I know. I'm gonna have a little bit of a headache when I need to transplant these, but this is how I used to garden. This is how I used to start my seeds. And now I do it like this. Much easier, because then I can just take the little micro soil blocks and then plant them in ground. Maybe when you have a chance, we'll go, after we plant some lettuce seeds, we'll go look at the seeds that I've already started and put in the ground in the front yard. Yeah, Rebecca, I like it. Too long though, we gotta shorten it. Hi Gary, good to see you. It has been very warm, yeah, very warm. And so everything's coming out. I hear people have aphids, Jonathan's saying the ladybugs are out, so is Rebecca saying. Yeah, what's gonna happen in February? Is it gonna get like super cold again? And the bugs go into a second hibernation? I don't know, we'll see. I was gonna ask you, how do you guys typically do your lettuce seeds? That was supposed to be the topic for today. I wanted to start some lettuce seeds from the 35 packet that I've been working with. And also, does anyone know off the top of their head which lettuce seed variety is the hardiest? I hear, in general, lettuces are frost tolerant down to 28 Fahrenheit. I hear some of them in particular are down to 20. I don't know if it's true. Someone mentioned the purple variety is hardier. Do you guys know? If not, I'll definitely be testing it. Hopefully we get enough chill hours though, because right now it's looking very, very, very warm for my zone. Normally, like I said, my oregano has died back and gone dormant usually by beginning of December. So this is already January. Sketchy, you have a natural, how cool, sunlight greenhouse and natural wind powered, and I'm located right on St. Andre. Oh, okay. California. That's where I thought you were. Okay. How exciting. I love that. Gary, you have some peaches that are your peaches are blooming and putting out leaves, really. Let me go look at my peach tree. I started my peach tree from a seed from store-bought. And last year it gave me fruit. I'll have to go look at it. But I feel like it only in the last month though dropped its leaves, so I'll be interested to see, because I think my peach tree was the last to drop all of its leaves. Jonathan, in my experience, lettuce doesn't last long. You mean, Jonathan, do you mean like growing it? Yeah, that's why I often have to succession plant the lettuce, right? But for the first time, I'm gonna be growing it in the winter. And what I'm observing with my cilantro usually bolts in like 1 month in summer. It's on its like second month plus at this point, my cilantro is, and it hasn't gotten to flower yet. I've also been routinely harvesting it though, but none of the leaves have gotten funny looking or like mature looking, you know what I mean? Rebecca, you're saying red and purple are cold hardier for lettuce and kale. Okay, thank you, Rebecca, for confirming. Okay, the life cycle, yep. Yeah, I gotta succession plant these, but I am curious to know, what is it gonna be like with winter gardening? We'll see. Sketchy, I welcome you to visit my farm. Okay. Attracted to her. How cool. The hot and cold so often is messing with my, ooh. Oh. Citrus though, Rebecca, remind me, and I know Gary also knows this as well, but citrus is generally hardy, down to like 28, 25 even. I think my kumquat is doing okay, which is why how is yours? So we're gonna put this to the side. And I already have some soil blocks that I've pre-made. Gary, you're saying the danger of low chill hour peaches. Yes, yeah. Also have some with higher chill hours that are staying dormant. Okay. Okay, good to know, Gary. That makes sense. So my soil blocks are very damp here, and we're just gonna plant some of these lettuce seeds. I know most of you guys are probably like, why are you bothering to plant one per thing? I think I just want to know that I get good germination rate. So that's why I'm doing this. Most of you guys, how do you guys plant them? You just like sprinkle it in an area and kind of gently press into the soil. That's what most people do, right? Look at me. I'm like, look, there's so many seeds in here. That's a pretty good amount. In general, I found that the seeds are pretty generous. The only ones that I would gripe about is peas. When I opened up the peas packet, there were literally like 15. So few. It was sugar snap peas too. But these lettuce seeds pretty generous. Ooh, it's really, okay, here we go. Yes, we don't. Rebecca, you're saying yes, we don't have many citrus palms here in South Carolina, close to Savannah, Georgia. Okay. Okay. Nice. Jonathan, you have a bunch of peach trees, Gary. No peaches yet. Oh, Jonathan, are they outside? I mean, they must be outside. Sorry, what did I mean by that? How old are your peach trees, though, Jonathan? How old are your peach trees? Because what says? It says like 2 to 3 years till maturity, and then also depends on kind of the way it's growing. Yeah, great question, Gary. We're gonna plant here. Planting seeds. Jonathan, you grew up in Beaufort, South Carolina. Oh, how cute! You guys are like connected. So look at these lettuce seeds are so tiny. Once I did save the lettuce seeds from a lettuce that I grew. I don't think it was a very robust plant though, because the seeds hardly gave me anything. It's okay. Maybe with winter gardening, I'll get some robust plants that I'll be able to collect some good seeds from. Anyway, here we go. With you guys already know this. It's funny, whenever I go on TikTok, I always have new people joining me that are truly beginner gardeners. But in my audience here on YouTube, most everyone is like either a farmer or someone fairly experienced or already has experience growing. So, but yeah, I was just gonna share. I know no one's I don't think I even have any beginners in here right now. But what I found is that most beginner gardeners have problem with the depth of the seeds. They always plant them too deep. But you guys already knew that. You guys are experienced. So yeah, these seeds are so small, so I'm just putting them on the surface here. Oh, Rebecca, you're saying that's your youngest's name. Oh, cute. Oh, how exciting, Rebecca. You're clearing for peach trees. I love it. Jonathan replied, yeah, so I have one big peach tree and multiple 6, wow. Huh, they bloom every spring. Oh yeah, maybe it's the chill hours though. Because stone fruit need chill hours. Yeah, to Gary's point, he was talking about the low chill hour peaches and the high chill hour peaches. Maybe you have high chill hour peaches. We're planting the seeds here. Let's see, here we go. Uh-oh. Planting my little seeds here. How exciting. I gotta remember where I left off. Do any of the blooms set fruit? Blooming shows it's probably not chill. Yeah. Blooming shows is, oh, okay. Gary, so Gary's saying blooming shows that it's probably not a chill hour problem. Okay. Rebecca, Tom and Leslie are watching from my farm right now, and that is their long-term busy. That is their long-term busy project? What are you? Clearing peaches. How exciting. Jonathan, when do they produce fruit? I thought it... Jonathan, summer, right? Summer is when peaches are in season. Good day, Seed Addict. Ah, exciting, Rebecca. Yeah, that's what I figured. How exciting. Yeah, Jonathan, September. Peaches. It's also really fun to learn as we kind of grow our own food what's properly an in-season vegetable. So yeah, it's like nice to know. It's fun to know that. like blueberries right now. Of course, they're not in season, so they'll import them from South America or Peru, and that's why you'll see Peru on it. Did you guys notice that? So it's really fun to like learn when you start to grow your own food what is truly an in-season vegetable or fruit. Do, 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 do. Well, I hope you had a wonderful lunch, Sea Diet. Now you have to tell us what you made. I don't remember exactly which month exactly, but yes, summer. Jonathan, you said, Gary saying, could be rootstock took over the main tree. I tried to get early ripening fruit to beat the, oh, okay. Jonathan, I spotted some peaches on the tree, but they're tiny, not like the peach tree. Oh. Yay, Rebecca, how exciting that you get to do peaches. Zach, hi, good to see you, welcome. We are growing, these are Swiss chard that's growing right here. And I'm just starting some lettuce seeds. I'm in zone 8A, and I'm winter gardening in my freezing zone. It does get down to 10 degrees in February. I'm doing something of a blend between winter sowing, SOW, and winter seed starting. So I don't start my seeds indoor, I start them outside, but when it does get super cold, I feel obliged to protect them, at least the seedlings. The plants, I don't do so much because a lot of the cold season crops, if you didn't know, are frost tolerant, down to 28, and some of them down to 20. That would be like your broccolis, your kales, cauliflower, when mature. And as Gary often reminds me, when it comes to cauliflower, the heads of which you probably do need to provide some protection when it gets so cold, otherwise they will damage. So we're just planting lettuce seeds. If you don't know, this is what lettuce seeds look like. They're incredibly tiny. And I use soil blocking. Zach, I use soil blocking, so that's what these look like. It uses this little tool here to make soil blocks. I fill it with dirt and then I print out 20 cells, 2 of which will fit in here, and I'll be able to have 40 soil blocks in this space. I use upcycle strawberry containers. Seed Addict, you're saying, I just saw your question from earlier. I usually companion plant with various crops. Nice, Seed Addict. I was asking Seed Addict how he grows, and he said mostly in raised garden beds and containers. And I was asking, and he's saying mostly he interplants the crops. Oh gosh, I kind of lost track about where I planted. Yikes. But lettuce, if you guys didn't know, Zach, this will be more for you, I guess. You might be the only new gardener here. But lettuce, if you didn't know, is frost tolerant down to 28 degrees Fahrenheit. So it can withstand light frost when it's mature. We're just starting the seeds here today. And it says what? It says germinate in 7 to 10 days. Usually when they say germinate in 7 to 10 days, it means that it's going to take, it means in perfect conditions. So in 50 to 70 degree temps, that is when it's going to germinate. We have been having unseasonably warm weather here in Texas, so I'm trying to take advantage of the 50 to 70 degree spring-like temps we've been having to start a lot of my seeds. Again, still mostly focused on cool season crops. Cool season crops can be planted prior to your last frost date, right? Because like I said, they're frost tolerant down to 28, and some down to 20. So yes, this is I have been winter gardening all along though, so even in late fall I was still planting and have some Napa cabbages that have survived at least 8 rounds of light frost so far in my zone, zone 8A. Oops, I think I planted that one twice. Uh-oh. With lettuce seeds, they're so fine that you do want to plant them close to the surface. So Zach, you're saying nice. I just bought lettuce. Oh, well, perfect, Zach. Oh, which by the way, Zach, did you say the kitchen scrap part, the center part of it? The center part of it you can save and grow more from, right? So that's what I did here. I saved the center part of my lettuce, and we're growing from the kitchen scraps here. This would be day 4. So I would put them in a little bit of soil that's moistened, make sure the base is submerged, and then keep it out of direct sun for at least 7 days. And then hopefully they'll kind of look alive like they are here. Jonathan, not sure, Gary. Gary, you're saying I had a volunteer peach tree that produced 1 peach, but it never, oh no, Gary. Oh, you had a volunteer peach tree. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how my store-bought ones, I mean, I saw like 2 fruits on it. We'll see what happens this year. Jonathan, you're saying, I believe Georgia is the peach state. Yes, Jonathan, it is the peach state. Seed added. I made sweet and spicy garlic. Ooh, potato wedges, top. Yum! Grated Parmesan in a salad with baby spinach mixed lettuce. Diced onions, green peppers, fresh, yummy. Oh my gosh, fresh herbs. Basil, chopped parsley and dill. Yummy, Seed added. South Carolina is technically the peach state, but yeah. Nice. You guys are close. South Carolina, Georgia, you guys can all share the peach state title. All right, I think I planted in all of these. Ugh, my soil blocks are very, very wet. All right, I put the peat. What did I plant? Oh, lettuce, black seeded Simpson. That's what I planted. I gotta remember to label. I don't have my Sharpie on me. Gary saying, and you guys have probably already read it at this point, sometime you have to check the correct variety for your area. Check chill hours. Too few and they bloom too early. Yep. Too late and they never produce viable blooms. You may also have big pest pressure, which I do have. I mean, I saw all these bugs all over it. Rebecca, asking at a feed store will give you a good bet. Nice. For the correct tree or bush for each area. Nice. Grow, Gary, you're saying you can also ask your local AgriLife Extension Service. Yes. Yes, yeah. Actually, I actually recently visited them because I was going to do a soil test. I've never done that before. And I think it was Matthew. Matthew suggested that I go do a soil test, which I have yet to get done, but I have the paperwork with me as well as a little sample thing. So hopefully that'll work out. Have you guys has anyone done a soil test before? I mean, I don't think it's going to change anything really the way I do, but I think I am curious to know like what my soil does look like though. Let's just try it here. Yeah, great suggestion, Gary. Rebecca, when are you going to start your, yeah, I think it's mostly the pH test and it like tests well, no, I think it's beyond that. I think it also tests trace of different substances in your soil. Yeah, see that. Have you tested your soil before? Make sure your soil is dry before bringing soil. Oh, yeah, MJB. I understand what you're saying. You just don't want to transplant living organisms from one place to another. Yeah, I hear you. I am using my native soil. That's what I use, and I mix it in with my DIY compost. Let me grab the form. It is inside. Let me grab the form real quick so I can show you guys it real quick. It's gonna take me a little bit longer because it's a little bit farther away, but I'm gonna bring it over. I don't think it's just a pH soil test. I think it's more than that. A soil test kit. Okay, this one's with my AgriLife Extension Center. And actually, I'm gonna go bring it. Hang on. So give me a minute. Or no, 30 seconds is what I'm gonna need. Hang on. All right, back. Oops. Oops. So this is what mine looks like this, and then it gives you like soil sample bags. Urban homeowner soil sample information form. What does it say? So it's gonna show like your micronutrients, organic matter. Wait, what is this thing? Oh, so depending on the sample type I want, there is $1 associated. Oh, this is all backwards for you guys, huh? Some of these samples, it says like $39 per sample, $39 per sample, you guys. That is for the R plus micro plus organic matter test. Wow. There's a $64 per sample test you could run too. That one's R plus micro plus OM plus texture analyses. I think I'm gonna need to dial in to figure out what I mean, I'm not paying $40 to test my sample. Oh my gosh. Even the routine analysis is 12. Okay, now I'm like really baffled. Anyway, I guess I guess if you want the data, you can pay for it, right? That's what this is what I'm concluding. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Yeah, Seed Addict, yes. I have a soil, nice. Gary, soil test will test you pH and 3 main micro, yeah, that's exactly what I say. We'll tell you what you do not need as well as what you, okay. Soil test should contain macro, yes, that's, yeah, that is what it's, yep. But gosh, like look at this. $64 for some of the sample tests. Like, is that not ridiculous? That's like, I mean, for science, but still. Wow. The 89 per sample test, dollar test says it'll give you a test plus 1 micronutrient, organic matter, detailed salinity, and textural analysis, and provides the most comprehensive data needed for troubleshooting most plant soil growing issues. Does not address pathogen, pesticide, or hydrocarbon issue. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. I thought it was just paying $3 a sample. I'll have to go take a closer look. Good morning, Block Boy. I mean, we were talking about soil testing, right? The Rebecca, like I'm better just not knowing, right, Rebecca? I'd rather just not know. Gary, you're saying, thank you, Rebecca, for helping moderate. I appreciate it. Gary, you're saying I can give you recommendations for individual crops. Oh, you're a nutrient management specialist? Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Gary. Just take the, thank you, Gary. Just take the basic test. Basic test. The routine analysis one then. The one that's $12 per sample. That's the most economic one. It runs from $12 to $89. Okay. Well, thank you, Gary. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sarah, right? I'm like, wow. Guys, I thought it was just gonna, but yeah, it's all backwards for you guys, right? But yeah, look at that price. Look at those prices. So these are all the different tests you can run, and it details exactly what you're getting. But oh my goodness, $89 per sample for one of them. And then here's the routine analysis, the $12 one. Soil contamination, Kathy. Let me see. Does it? Soil contamination. I'm just looking through. I don't know, Gary. Maybe you know really quick. Oh, Jonathan, we still eat it. Yeah, the cilantro seed experiment. Oh my gosh. Seed Addict, ridiculous. Converted to Canadian dollars as well as 640. JB, should be heavy metals on test and a calcium. Okay, heavy metals. Let me look for heavy metals. I don't see heavy metals in a quick glance. I don't see it. A calcium equivalency. Let me look for calcium equivalency. Yeah, no, I don't see heavy metals. It doesn't stand out on this page. Yeah, no heavy, I don't see heavy metals in this reference in this section at all. That high test is if you have a bad problem. Oh, you got the basic one. Okay, so Gary's saying the $89 one, that's if you have a problem that you're trying to solve. And Gary's just recommending that we do the $12, the routine analysis. Yes, Seed, this is the same Gary that was on my live. He's the one that's always chatting and giving good discussion as well. Same Gary, yes. Yes. On the live that we did a co-live on Monday on, yeah. Are they the so there's a couple of options, Black Boy, and I mean every state will have their own agri-life center that you could potentially test if you wanted to. I think it was Matthew on here. Matthew suggested that I get my soil tested. I think he actually works with the USDA or something like that. So yeah, I went to go grab those. The routine test looks like, yeah. How do I flip it back? How do I fix that? I don't know that I can. Can I do this? Oh wait. That didn't, okay. Anyway. Rebecca, you're saying we had so much military dumping here, we don't bother. Nice. Oh, Rebecca. Yeah, I don't even know the history of my soil, but I'm trying to regenerate it, and I'm hopeful that it's not so deeply poisoned that it can be regenerated. Raised beds are good, less pests and lots of bending. I prefer that. Yep. I know that Seed Active is doing raised beds. I listen to corn. Jonathan, you're funny. You listen to corn from your heavy metals. I love it. That was the same joke you cracked last time, and Rebecca was laughing. Yeah, $12 is okay. I'll do the $12 one. We'll do the $12 one. But yeah, so here we were starting seeds, lettuce seeds. Let me know if you guys have any tips or are there any specific tips you have? Usually I sprinkle them all around and I kind of hope for the best, but I do want to get higher germination rates. So I tried seed blocking, and so I've got them all started in here. I do need to finish labeling it on here. I don't know where my Sharpie is, but there's one seed per block. And maybe now is a good time for us to go look at the ones that I went ahead and planted in the ground. I took the little soil blocks for some lettuce seeds that I planted earlier, and I went ahead and put them in the block. So let's see how they're adjusting out there. Hello, Luck. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Luck. Thanks, Rebecca. Yay, right? I'm glad. Thank you, Rebecca, for helping moderate. I knew we still have a few people out there. All right, let's go see how the front yard garden. Like I said, I already had some lettuce seeds that I went ahead and started and soil blocked and put them in the ground. I know, very unconventional because they're still so tiny. But I'd rather not have to baby my plants for too long. Okay, so here we are. That one's coming up, that's good. And I've been using leaves as like a light mulch. For those of you that are new here, I grow my front lawn because it's the sunniest place all year round. Is that? I don't know. So I will say I've definitely seen some roly-polies and pill bugs. Oh yeah, these are lettuce seeds I planted. Okay, I almost forgot. These are just ones that I planted later because I saw that a lot of my lettuce seeds, like the ones that I planted earlier, had disappeared. So I did like a second round of them. Anyway, not a whole lot to look at, but maybe in some more time. I'm going to cover it up for now. So what I do is I'll dig all my mulch up. I'll kind of push it to the side, and then I'll have like pools of leaves where I'll plant something. When it comes to lettuce, and you want to harvest it, I just find it's a lot easier when you plant them all densely and can just like snip them across. So I'm hoping they grow nicely here. I don't know. Some of them might have disappeared with the pill bugs underneath. I don't know if this method's going to work, but easiest for me so far. Tease. Hi, Tease. When can I plant my seedlings? I just germinated a bunch of pepper plants that I don't. Well, Tease, what is your last frost date? Pepper plants, I mean, you must be in a warm zone. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking me about. Or do you just mean uppotting your pepper plants? I mean, unless you're in like zone 9 or 10, I don't know that most people have their pepper seeds ready to plant. Seed Addict, you just started germinating lettuce, celery, beets. How exciting. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Nice. I want to do, so I did lettuce. Nice. My peppers, I was going to do peppers and eggplants and tomatoes tomorrow. That was a plan. Well, okay, I'll do it on Friday with you guys too, because I'll have so many varieties that I'll need to plant. Gary, the problem with adding leaves is they can prevent the weeds and plant. I hear what you're saying, Gary. So what I try to do is I like tear it up really finely. I didn't do a very good job there, but I'm usually tearing it up really finely. I find that it's a better alternative than me using my wood chip mulch, because the wood chip mulch just weighs everything down. So I'm just trying to find a happy medium. I hear what you're saying, Gary. What do you use instead then? And obviously leaves are in abundance right now, or I've collected all the leaves from my neighbor, so it's what's naturally in abundance right now. Seed Addict, yes, nice. You overwintered some peppers. Yes, nice. And did I overwinter? I didn't intentionally overwinter any. Jonathan, you bought a packet of organic lettuce seeds. I don't know if it's different from regular. I mean, there's so many different lettuce varieties though. You got the romaine, you got the purple lettuces that Rebecca was referring to, the loose leaf lettuces. I mean, I'm only learning. Shalia, what kind of peppers? Teas. I live in LA. It's cold, so I'll just put them. Oh, okay. In a planter. I suppose I'm kind of just having. Yay! How exciting, teas. Well, you're in a great zone that almost never gets frost. So, if ever. So you'll probably be good planting your peppers out. How exciting! I will be starting my peppers in zone 8 sometime Thursday or Friday. Shelly, are you direct sowing them? Oh, great question, Shelly. I am doing winter gardening. It's a blend of like winter sowing and winter gardening. So I'm definitely growing outside. Thankfully, it's been really warm. So unseasonably, I don't know, is that a thankful? Not really thankful, because what's going to happen in February? But what I mean is we'll see how it does. I got a little distracted. What was I saying? I'm starting them outside. So I do a blend of outdoor seed starting, but when it gets really cold, I'll protect my seedlings. My plants, I don't do so much because a lot of them that I'm growing right now are cool season crops anyway. In my zone, it's been as cold as 28 degrees, so we've only had light frost. Most of the cool season crops can handle that just fine. It's when you get below 28, that's when you need to start worrying about some of your cool season crops, like lettuce. Lettuce is more sensitive in general. Cilantro is more sensitive. Beets are more sensitive as well. But your broccolis, they're going to be fine down to 20. Cauliflower, fine down to 20, and so forth. Any of the brassicas are usually fine down to 20. Gary, you're saying peppers are usually planted a couple weeks after your last. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. I hear you, Gary. Well, I'm going to check my zone because I think I generally got the impression that I should be starting them at the same time as tomatoes. But if I don't have to start it that early, well then better, because starting too many seeds at a time is incredibly overwhelming. Oh, exciting, Sarah. That's exciting. Kathy, but rotted leaf mulch is it? Right, Kathy? That's what I'm thinking. I think as long as I tear up the mulch tear up the seeds really finely, it will have less chance of impeding the development of or blocking out sun, to Gary's point. Jonathan, if leaves fall in my pot. Yeah, right, Jonathan? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them, teas. Good. Gary, I start the lettuce and then plant the starter plant, then mulch. Ah, okay. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing, except Gary, my plants are like the little soil blocks I'm planting in ground. Kathy, you said I need to plan plants, but it's very cold in UK. Plan plants, or plan what you want to start, or plan how you want to put out your seeds? Shalia, are these? I'm not starting them indoors. So here's my seed setup. This is how my seeds are growing. they're out here. I do micro soil blocking and upcycle strawberry clamshells. Okay, there's nothing to show in this one because nothing sprouted yet. Yeah, nothing to show here. But like here are my, these are how I'm growing them. Again, I'm in zone 8A and it's been unseasonably warm. So it's been 50 to 70s the last 2 weeks. And here are my, this is red cabbage, another red cabbage that I had to uppot from my micro soil blocks, which is these things here. Micro soil blocking is when I use that micro soil blocker. Okay, so not a very good example because you'll see all my seeds kind of blended it, blocks blended in here. Here's another good one though. All right, here's a good one. What did I label it? This one's, on 11/27, I started calendula. Ooh, I probably need to uppot these. They took a while to sprout though, my calendula, because it was cold for the beginning part of November or December. So here we go. But yep, so this is what micro soil blocking is. Look, I got a carrot seed coming up, a few. This is my calendula. I got 4 and more carrots. What else did I start here? Carrots? Must have been. And then I'm just gonna take a look at the bottom. Usually if I see roots, that's a good indicator. I probably do need to uppot my calendula soon though, but that's what these are. I only got 4. These were the last of my seeds, so hopefully they stay alive. But yep, and then at night, on super cold nights, I will stack all of my blocks and I'll put them in here and cover it with leaves. Although, like I was kind of describing, we haven't had much below 28 yet in my zone. Very uncommon, but yeah. Seed added. There are a few varieties of romaine lettuce alone. Yes, right? There's Mayan Jaguar. Seed Addict knows all of the varieties. I love it. Shelly, oh, you're in zone 8A, South Carolina. Okay, you're like Rebecca. That's exciting, Shalia. Rebecca's also in zone 8A, South Carolina. And then we have Jonathan, who's in Georgia, zone, you must be zone 8A as well, right, Jonathan? Or maybe you're zone B. Seed Addict, I hear people in 6A winter sowing. People in your zone, or was it 6P? It might have been people in 6B. 6B winter sowing outside. Well, welcome, Prosperous. We grow mostly food. I'm excited about growing food. So I grow out my front lawn because it's the sunniest spot, and I grow on relatively small. I identify as a small space gardener. Maybe like 1,000 square foot if I include my backyard, but right now only my front yard gets enough sun in the winter time, so that's maybe like 500 square feet. And yes, food. Also, I love also growing from food scraps because I feel like it's the most exciting way to get just the average person growing. If they don't have to go to the garden store or start seeds, why not? So yeah. Gary's saying leaves do make a good mulch to prevent cold damage. Yes, and that's definitely what I've been doing, Gary. Cold cover less than uncovered. Yep. Shalia. Seed Addict, I know about feeling overwhelmed with too many plants. You would know. Those 300 that you started back in 2022, Seed Addict? Yeah. Gary, you try to plant peppers before tomatoes since they take longer to grow. Oh, okay. Okay, so Gary, you do start your seeds. Here are my Napa cabbages, since we're talking about it, I guess I'll show other things. Here are my Napa cabbages. So you guys remember I mentioned it did get cold damage, and I think they're finally starting to show that damage, but at least these were large enough that they didn't die. This has happened from about 2 weeks ago. We had a cold front come in after some really warm weather, and I didn't water my plants prior to that cold front or that frost coming in. It was just a light frost, but it damaged my plants. So this one looks okay. Guys, it's starting to form a head. It's starting to close in on itself, right? Isn't it? It's like less open than it used to be. So cabbage is what? They're like really open and then they start to close in to form a head. So these are what the outer leaves look like. I can't tell if that's damage or just a sign. Yeah, that's probably some sort of damage. But yeah, these are my Napa cabbages. I've been growing them I think I started the seeds back in September maybe. And then I had to transplant them. It did go through a little bit of shock, so that probably prolonged my growing time. But here's some more that I also planted. This one also had some. This one's gotten eaten. Oh my gosh. All these holes. I'm going to have like a skeleton of a cabbage left. I thought I had protected them, but maybe not enough. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Seed Addict, you say, I use sleeves to cover my garlic. I love it. Yeah, that is a natural mulch, and there's such an abundance of them too. Gary, but I plant out tomatoes a month earlier than peppers. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, Gary. Watch HUW Richards for UK gardening. Nice. Nice, Rebecca. Did we already? Shalia, ideally, I'm not sure about your zone, but ideally, in my zone, we plant it like back in October at the earliest. You could try, you just might get smaller bulbs, is from what I understand. Yeah. Had fridge, nice. Still have time for onions. Yeah, onions from set though. Yeah, cause Shalia, you're in LA, right? Which means that you're like, I don't know, zone 9. Seed Addict, I usually plant within the last 2 of October and as late as the first week. Nice, Seed Addict. Yeah, Seed Addict is in 6A though. Yes, it handles it so well. I was looking it up. According to ChatGPT, it's hardy down to 0 Fahrenheit. So yes, pretty hardy, especially if you mulch it. I've definitely had my garlic growing even when it was snowing. And it doesn't snow much here in North Texas, but it did snow 2 years ago. My garlic was still green and growing. Hi, Taro. Good to see you. Gary, thank you so much for helping moderate. I appreciate that. Thank you, Adia. I have tons of space, but you're doing... Rebecca, honestly, I don't think I could do... I think when you're acquiring skills like I am, it's almost better to start small because it feels less overwhelming. And then maybe when I get good and manage better scale, that's when I could take on more. But right now I'm like struggling. I'm actually so thankful that I only have my front lawn to work with in this season because yeah, I feel overwhelmed even with this 500 square feet that I have out here. Baha Boyho, hi. Good to see you. Hopefully you're learning something, Black Boyho. Let me know if you have any... I know you haven't like chatted anything since you joined. Taro. Yes, Taro. Grow food, not lawns. Yeah, that's what I'm doing out here. I am also wildlife. I have the... You can self-certify. Okay, so I'm going to wrap in about 2 minutes. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here. I'm live Mondays through Fridays, 11 a.m. to 12. So you can self-certify. But I did, and I'm committed to serving as a wildlife habitat. So as natural, I mean, you guys can kind of see here, but I definitely take on a more natural look for my lawn. It is definitely not a vegetable garden. You're not going to see rows. And here's like my Napa cabbages. I know this looks like trash. It's not. This is the mesh that's supposed to cover my Napa cabbage, which, oh, Gary, by the way, the fallen leaves have been a great resource for me to help heal my Napa cabbages, actually. So you guys remember I mentioned 2 weeks ago we had that frost come through and it did damage some of the plants. But then I used leaves immediately because what do we do when our plants are damaged? You need to cover it immediately and prevent the sun from damaging them any further. So you'll see this has damage here, but I've been putting them under these leaves for 2 weeks now. And so far they look like they're recovering okay. I will slowly start to remove the leaves. Not today, though, because it's going to be 78 degrees. I'm going to pick a cooler day. But yeah, looks like 80% of them are still alive. So this is after that frost that I forgot to water, right? I forgot to water right before our last frost, and that prevented a lot of my plants from... They were dehydrated going to the frost, essentially, and so they sustained some damage. Jonathan, you usually plant garlic back in... Yes. It is amazing, Black Boy. It is unseasonably warm. Probably not unlike Arizona, though. Yeah, good point, Gary. Space can be a curse. Unless you're a farmer. You probably are comfortable with space. Yay! Thank you, Seed Addict. I appreciate that. Yes. I know there are people out there that do appreciate a garden that provides some interest in the front yard. Addie, what part of the world? Yes, I'm in the U.S. I'm in North Texas. I'm in Texas. Oh, Jonathan, greenhouse worms going ham. Oh no, Jonathan. They're like, it's summer all year round. Okay. Shelly, I'm growing a very small space in my palm's apartment patio. Oh, how exciting. What I had set up in my apartment complex, oh no. But I'm excited for you having a patio though. It's a blessing to be able to have some sort of outdoor space. Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, I'm really behind, I realize. Thank you. Oh, you used to live in Denton, Addie. Okay. Yeah, you guys are close. No, not growing marijuana. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap. You guys have been so fun. Really great discussion. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys on Friday and hope to continue the discussion then. Jonathan, callers. Okay. Exciting. Oh, you guys have lots of good content. Nice working. Okay, everybody take care. Be well. Black Boy Ho, thank you for hanging out despite work while you're working out. Love it. Okay, everybody. Oh, I missed some of these comments. I'm really behind. Okay, have a great day and see you guys on Friday. Stay cool. I don't know. I don't know. What should my signing off say? I don't know. You guys have a great day.